the number one wealth killer that no one talks about. In this episode, we're going to dive deep and I'm going to tell you some real secrets on how you can actually grow your wealth and what is holding most people back. We have rising housing costs. We have rising transportation costs, rising childcare costs. Some amazing and crazy things are going on in the economy. And I'm going to share with you how to fix it so that you can get ahead. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that, yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that, let's fix that.
It is so awesome to know that we live in a very great economy. If you live in the United States, you live in the number one economy in the world. We are growing. Our GDP is growing. Yes, we have growing inflation. Yes, we have growing wealth disparity. Yes, we have growing poverty and numbers like that are really alarming. But there are some real things that are killing wealth in America that people just do not know. And there is a number, and this is global. This is not just in America where wealth is being killed. And I'm really going to talk about this because if you are in this economy, where we are right today, you need to hear this information because I'm going to share with you some amazing secrets that you can use to actually stop killing your wealth and actually grow your wealth. So let's get to the first thing that is killing people because I'm going to just start right with the big thing and I'm going to move into some ones that you guys don't even think about. Number one, bad credit. Bad credit is literally killing our wealth. One of the things that bad credit causes, it causes you to actually lose money because you are paying higher interest rates, which leads to higher monthly payments, which leads to you not being able to get the best rates when you borrow money. And obviously we have to have housing, we have to have cars, we have to have all of these things. And if you have bad credit, you are paying more for everything. And that is terrible. Literally, we finance cars and we don't just buy cars cash in America. Most of us finance cars and we have a car note. So guess what? You are paying way more for your car than you should be in an economy where gas prices are up, maintenance costs are up, and even the price of cars themselves are really up. So having bad credit is causing you to pay more for things that you need, like transportation. So one of the things, if you actually have bad credit, I want to say you should reach out to my friends at Creative Credit Solutions. Use the code below in the description box to say that Noelle sent you. They will give you a free consultation, literally talk to you, see what's going on in your situation, what's going on in your credit, and what they can do to help. Now, this is not credit repair. It is truly credit restoration. So they're not going to be able to help every single person, but at least they will be able to give you a stance on where you are and help you in any way that they can. So my friends, creativecreditsolutions.net, the link is in the description box. And again, you can fix bad credit. Noelle Randall used to have terrible credit. I had bad credit. I had bankruptcies. I had foreclosures. I had very bad credit. And now today I have really good credit. And I can tell you it saves you a lot of money when you have good credit because you are paying less for things that you need. Okay. Well, we don't need to go on vacation, but we do need a car, for example. So if you are paying a high interest rate on your car, then guess what? If you fixed your credit, got a higher credit score, you actually could maybe refinance that car at a much lower rate, which would save you lower payments. There's a lot of things you can do and fix if you have bad credit and you want to go to good credit. So bad credit is a wealth killer. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. It is a wealth killer because you are paying more for the things that you need. And there's just things that you cannot get away from financing in this economy, and you actually are losing out on the opportunity to borrow other people's money so that you do not have to save all of the money in order to invest in things. You also don't have to use your savings. You literally can keep your savings and borrow some money, and then if the investment doesn't go the way it wants to, you have the money, different things like that. So let me share an amazing statistic with you that is absolutely crazy. Nearly 15% of all car notes exceed $1,000 right now. Like that is crazy. Like we are seeing the highest percentage of car notes in America over $1,000 per month. Think about that. You're paying over $1,000 per month for a car. Nearly, again, that was at the end of 2022. That was the stat. I could see this being even higher 2023 and higher 2024. I've seen some people's car notes and they are crazy, but mostly it's because they have bad credit and car prices are really up. That's another thing, but their credit is really killing them. So they're paying these really high interest rates. Most of the payment that they're paying is going towards interest. They're barely paying down the principal. So they're almost never going to have the car paid off until all the way till the end. And it just becomes this awful situation. So I just implore you, if you have bad credit, do not let that be the wealth killer. Okay. Do not let that hold you back. Again, I used to have very terrible credit. Now I have good credit. You can go from bad credit to good credit. You do not have to think that this is some status that you have to have. Like every time you walk up, at the counter and they say, hey, you want that credit card? I'll save you 10%. You will say no because you want to say no, not because you have bad credit and they will tell you no. Okay. There's a big difference. You can go from bad credit to good credit. Again, I want to implore you to do that. And again, if you want a free consultation with my friends at creativecreditsolutions.net, again, it's credit restoration, not credit repair. Use the link in the description box for a free consultation. All right, let's keep going because that was number one, but there are some amazing ones up here that are going to shock you. Number two, car prices. So I already mentioned that car notes in general are going up, and there's 15% of all of the car notes are over $1,000. Well, guess what? The price of cars have gone through the roof and they are not coming down. Car prices are very expensive. Cars are holding their value more. So even if you buy a used car, you're paying more than you used to. New cars are very, very expensive. Even a cheap car is $40,000 now. Now we have tons of cars well over $100,000. You can get even trucks, SUVs, they're $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 for a Yukon, for a pickup truck, for you get what I mean, for like a Suburban. Like those cars are super expensive now, and the prices are not getting any better. So we're seeing these car notes really, really high, and combining these high car prices with these high interest rates is a wealth killer. You're never going to be able to get ahead if you're paying a lot for something and you're paying a lot to finance it. And again, most of the cars in America are financed. Most people do not pay cash for a car. I'm not even the one to say that you should pay cash for a car unless you're buying like a little cheap car, $1,500, $2,000 or something like that. But to take $80,000 out of your savings account for a car most likely is not a great financial decision. You probably are better off financing it, especially if you can finance it with good credit at a good interest rate, 1.9%, 2.9% interest rate and things like that. Now at least you're moving in the right direction. But again, you are never going to be able to build wealth if you are paying a lot for new cars and getting new cars all the time when you don't need them. And number two, if you have bad credit and are paying high interest rates to finance these cars. It's a deal killer. Okay. It's not just a deal killer. It's a wealth killer. All right, let's keep going. Number three, insurance and fees. This is a wealth killer because again, you have to have insurance. You know what I mean? We live in a world where you have to have insurance. Well, guess what? Insurance rates are crazy right now, especially with new cars and new homes. You are paying a lot to insure these things. And most people just do not shop around for these things to make sure that they are getting the best price, to make sure that they're paying the least amount possible. I myself have even been guilty of just staying with State Farm or Allstate or whoever I was with just because I did not have time to shop around for new insurance. Well, those insurance costs are very, very different. I actually did shop around and I was paying, and they actually reduced my payments on my insurance premiums nearly in half. So just think, if you're just paying double for something that you should not be paying for, think about how are you possibly going to get wealthy and start being able to invest your disposable income if you're giving your disposable income away to the insurance company and to the car manufacturers. Well, it's hard to do that. Additionally, the fees that you're paying, like we're paying a lot of fees for credit cards, paying late fees, all these little junk fees people are charging us. And many times we're not pushing back on these insurance and these fees that people are charging. And a lot of this is negotiable. You have to realize that you are the consumer. You do have power, especially if you actually are more deliberate with your purchases. So in other words, don't just go buy a new car because you're feeling on a whim or different things like that. Be very deliberate, pick out the car that you want, shop around, see what the best rates are, shop your financing as well, see what your bank is offering. So you know where interest rates stand, check with the credit union, different things like that. Now again, Noelle is not going to ever tell you to live this small life or live in scarcity or have this poverty mindset. I am very, very much against a poverty mindset. I am telling you deserve to be wealthy, and you giving your money, especially your disposable income, away to these companies is not helping you. You literally could be starting your own business. You could be fixing your own credit. You could be setting your own self up and not making other people wealthy by taking all of these fees and paying more than you should be paying for things that you want and need. So again, insurance and fees is a major wealth killer. Let me keep going. Number four, Depreciating assets. So again, why I'm kind of staying here with wealth, because you have to start, in order to get wealthy, you need to create assets. You need assets, and you need those assets to be cash flowing or going up in value. That is the true way to wealth. That's why I love real estate, because I can get them to cash flow, and real estate is not a depreciating asset, generally speaking. However, things like purses, cars, shoes, meals out, vacations, things like that you buy, they're not assets, and they're going down in value, especially buying very expensive things that go down in value, like luxury brand cars, like purses, like cars, like buying those very expensive things that depreciate is going to be a wealth killer. You should be actually using the money that you have to buy assets, to be investing in your business, to be investing in your real estate, to be investing in the stock market, investing in something that is going to go up in value. The point of money is you should be trading a smaller amount of money for a bigger amount. Okay. That is the point of investing. I'm going to, invest $1,000 and I'm trying to get $2,000 back. That's the point. Not I invest $1,000 and then one day I sell it and I get 500. No, that's a depreciating asset. That's what we're doing though when we buy a bunch of clothes, when we buy shoes, when we buy purses, when we buy cars, laptops, all of these things that just go down in value. You really got to get careful about. You really have to stop buying things that lose value as soon as you buy them. It is a wealth killer. You won't be able to get ahead that way. Number 5, repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance is a big deal killer. Take it from someone that has bought lots of luxury items and realize that I am losing money because I have to keep maintaining these things, and maintaining them is very expensive. So using just, for example, my Lamborghini. One of the reasons that I actually like the Lamborghini, it has one of the lowest depreciations of any car, the Lamborghini 𝗀. That was one of the reasons why I kind of bought it. I wanted it. It was something, once I made a certain amount of money, I was going to give myself as a gift. But let's be honest, it's a car. It's a depreciating asset. And we all know that exotic cars have some exotic maintenance and repairs that go with them. So let's talk about that for a second. No matter what type of car you buy, even if you bought like a Mercedes or a Porsche or a BMW, the repairs and maintenance on those cars are going to be way more than on a Honda or a Toyota. So you have to figure that in when you're thinking about, okay, my whole wealth building plan. Am I to the point where I have like FU money? I have all the money that I want. I don't even know how to spend it. My kids' colleges are funded. I've done everything that I can. And now I'm just buying Lamborghinis and supercars. Well, if that's your situation, congratulations, fine. But if you're somebody that's building your wealth, and maybe you have $1 million or 250,000, and you really want to get to the $1 million status or whatever your number is, and you are wanting to build wealth, you have to include the maintenance and the repair costs on the items that you buy, because they will sneak up on you where you start to think that you got this great deal, but it's costing you a lot of money to maintain it. For example, using the Lamborghini as an example, if I didn't use it to cash flow and it was just something that I did not use, and again, I use it to cash flow, I use it to get clients, different things like that. So in my case, I figured out how to monetize it. But if you just bought that car, for example, for your own personal use, and you did not know how to monetize it, well, you're not only going to have the car note that you're paying, you're also going to have the high insurance, very, very high insurance. You're going to have all of the repairs and maintenance. I mean, oil changes cost $500, $1,000. If anything broke down on it, it's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. So is it actually worth it? Is it worth it? And you really have to think about that and include the maintenance and repairs into your calculation when you are thinking about what you are doing with building your wealth, because so many people buy these items and then they forget that it costs $1,000 to get an oil change. Number 6, leasing. Leasing is stupid. Leasing a car is stupid, and take it from somebody that has done it. I thought I was going to get this big tax break because I leased it in my business's name. I was like, way, yay, yay. And it really just was not that big of a tax break or deduction. It really was not. I should have just bought it instead of leasing it, because I ended up paying more even with the so-called tax deduction that I did get. Now, I learned that. And again, I had enough money where I was really trying to get it where I had no tax liability. That's probably not your case. So if you're leasing a car, I'm going to tell you just straight up, it's most likely a waste of money. Even leasing apartments. I love you guys to death, but all of these people out here telling you that you should never buy a house and all of this stuff, they are actually ridiculous. If you look historically speaking on how most people got any wealth in America, it was by owning their own primary residence, paying it down. Because again, you can't live for free. All of us has a housing expense, okay? Unless you're living with your parents for free or something like that, then fine. But if you have an adult, a productive adult in the world, you have a housing cost. So why would you then lease Okay. And again, where rents are at the highest they've been. So you're leasing and renting an apartment at the highest that it's been versus that would have been your mortgage. And at least you would be paying down the mortgage. It would be going up in value and it would be creating all of these tax deductions for you. And again, depending on from what community you are from, you really should not listen to someone telling you not to buy a home, especially if you're from a group that was historically left out from that. If you're from a group that historically is behind in the wealth gap. If you are from a group where historically home ownership has not been your legacy for hundreds of years, maybe your parents owned a home, but maybe your grandparents and your great grandparents did not. So again, depending on your group, you probably should not be listening to those people. So if this is some immigrant guy or some white male, again, just being really honest with you, that has a different status in America than you have to do something different. And you probably should not be listening to what they do. And you should do what has historically worked, what their ancestors did. Number 7, and this is the best one. This is the one I thought that you guys are going to be a secret. Earn more money. This is the one that I thought that everyone is going to be, this is going to be shocking to you. The number one wealth killer that nobody talks about, that no one is talking about, is the fact that you could earn more money. Most people will tell you, you need to save more money. You need to cut back your expenses. You need to stop eating, out at restaurants and bring your lunch to work and stop eating Starbucks and all of these things they tell you to do that will not make you wealthy. Okay. Because you cannot save your way to wealth. I'm sorry. You need to earn more money. Most wealthy people earn at least $500,000 per year. So unless you are putting yourself into the position where you're earning $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 per month, you need to get your income up. You can actually earn more money. You do not have to settle and think that, I have this job, this is my income, and I should build my whole life around that. Well, guess what? You actually can get assets. You can get rental properties. You can build a business. You can have a business that, side hustle and turn it into a real business and start getting business funding. There's a lot of things that you can do to literally increase your wealth. And it is way more easy to increase your wealth and increase your income than you think. It's actually easier to me to increase my income than it is for me to decrease all of my expenses and live this small life. Because again, I only live once. I'm not going to get to come back here again and do life again. I get to have one life and I'm not going to safely tiptoe my way to death. I am going to live the best life that I can. And so what that does require is for me to earn as much money as I possibly can. What does that mean for me? And everybody's number is different. Some people don't want to earn $200,000 per month. Some people couldn't live off 20 grand a month. It depends on you. But I will tell you this unequivocally. If you have a job and they have started to pay you any amount, whether it be $3,000, $6,000, $10,000 per month, you could make that same money in your business because you have a skill set that somebody has already paid you for, and you could take that skill set and have a side business that you do. Again, you don't have to quit your job. I think you should so that you can have more time and own your time. But at the very minimum, that can be extra income for you where you make a lot of money and you will be wealthy. You actually can earn more money. Instead of trying to live a small life, you can actually start a business and earn more money. One of the key things is going to be fixing your bad personal credit. If you have bad personal credit, again, use the link below to creativecreditsolutions.net. They have credit restoration. They may be able to help you. It's a free consultation. Again, once you have good personal credit, you also can get business credit built very, very easily. Okay. So again, this is will open up the door to lots of business funding that does not report on your personal credit report. Guess what? That is wealth. That's what most entrepreneurs are able to do. That's what most millionaires and billionaires are able to do. They don't rely on their personal credit for everything. They have a business, they have interest in a business, and they're able to monetize that business, not just with the revenue from the business, but also with business funding. Okay. That is going to be the secret that no one really talks about. Most people will just tell you, cut back, live small, live a small life. And I'm telling you, get good credit, get a business, make more money. Just that simple. It really is that simple. I can't even say it any other easier way. All right, one more thing. Readers are leaders. The more you read, the more you are likely to succeed. If you want to get all 4 of my books, you can get them at noellsbookoffer.com. That will give you all 4 of my books. All of them are Amazon bestsellers. They will teach you how to get business credit. I have a book that teaches you how to do some real estate deals. I have a book that teaches you even if you want a car rental business. These books will show you ways to actually fund your business and have a great business that can make you millions of dollars. You can take this wherever you want. You can use this year after year, and you can even share this information. Go to noellesbookoffer.com and get all 4 of my books absolutely free. You just cover the shipping and we will ship them out to you as soon as possible. We are getting so many orders in. Readers are leaders. You want to be a reader as well, and you surely want to get all 4 of my books for free. You just cover the shipping. That's noellesbookoffer.com. Noelle, Noelle with an S, book, BOOK, offer, OFFER. noellesbookoffer.com. Go there right now, get all 4 of my books, and click the link below to go to creativecreditsolutions.net. If you have bad personal credit and you want to turn that around, get that free consultation. I'm giving all of this to you because I want to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, all of the resources, and all of the tools that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your